StylistFixing101.com. That's the name of the game, is Fix My Stylus.
Is the sound on?
Yep, just turned it on.
Awesome. Okay.
Alright. Your stylus working?
Well, I'm trying to get it so it will be.
Same thing?
But in the meantime, we can kind of get started here. All it's gonna do is affect my ability to. It's her mouse. That's dumb.
Your ability to do?
To drop.
Oh, okay. So,
because it's like, you see how they're like little lines?
Yeah.
I can't believe you interrupt me by sneezing like that.
Doing a lot of sneezes, man.
Very bothersome.
That's fine. That's how I want it.
Oh, do you want to be in control panel?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
I was mostly just dealing with the fact that I was sneezing.
I know, but like I know you can hear me because I'm in the same room as you. I meant like, is my voice even registering there?
You're yellow lining most of the stuff you say.
Good.
I would like it.
Hello, welcome to the Wannabe Games Memorial Day weekend extravaganza, where we're going to design another game. I've been pretty happy about the games that we've done and the amount of downloads we've had. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
This is how to change the sensitivity of the. Not on the style. I want the stylus.
Alright, so instead we're gonna do Memorial Bag Weekend. Only games about bags.
Why?
Because I don't know.
I didn't come in with any bag ideas.
I don't want any war ideas. I don't want to memorialize nothing.
You have so many family members who were in the armed forces, and you're gonna say that? I'm gonna tell on you.
I mean, to be fair, I also have a long documented history of family members who are anti the higher ups in the military. I know that's not what the Memorial Day stuff is for, but like,
yeah.
My family does not agree with why people go to the war. Just the soldiers are good. So I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Although I also like all my friends who were like in the Marines that I grew up with. Don't respect them at all. There's no way they did anything to help anybody.
Your friends?
Yeah. There's no way like Carl had to just like make the world worse while he was in the military.
You think so?
Dude, there's so many pictures of him just like wearing only underwear and trying to grab other like soldiers' balls, and I'm like, he couldn't have gotten anything done those 4 years. 5 years, he was in 5 because he had the extra year to learn Pashto.
Okay.
I think he can speak Farsi too.
That's really that's intense.
He's terrifying.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So our last game, 10 paces.
Yeah.
We have anything? Give me your likes and dislikes.
I really, really like being able to use the pace die mechanic again for something else. I really like that mechanic. I think it's super cool. I think it's fun. What are you pointing at? Just tell me
The screen cleaners?
They are completely dry. They're bone dry.
Yeah, I know. I use them to clean my glasses.
Oh. Anyway, I really enjoyed being able to do that.
Face screens.
I like playtesting it because I felt like I was in a competition. I really enjoyed that. It's similar to sometimes we play crits.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that, except I felt like it was more competitive, like combative almost, like me versus you instead of me versus my dice.
Yeah, I like that aspect because I always feel like too often dice don't feel like they're on your side. It feels like you're playing
yeah.
I don't have the right term. Feels like you're playing as that as an obstacle, not something helping you out. And I don't like that. I want dice are friends.
Yeah.
I think that's something we don't talk about enough is how nice dice are to us many of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. I gotta say, I don't like westerns in general.
Really?
Just because I know, like, The Dark Tower is one of my favorite books, but I don't like westerns because they're always a ripoff. I know that's a little rough to say, a ripoff of something I do like.
Which is samurai movies?
Yes, samurai movies. You know, Dark Tower was fantasy movies. Like, a western can always be a better movie as something else. The Quick and the Dead was not as good as A Knight's Tale. Tombstone was pretty good. I don't have anything else that relates to Tombstone. Do I? No.
No, Tombstone is like, more or less real. Those were all real people. Like the events were real.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't based off of anything other
Except
than like
the
their
good
real
parts
life.
were definitely Doc Holliday was nothing like Val Kilmer's.
Oh, I'm
version of-
certain that he wasn't, but that doesn't mean that it was a ripoff or anything.
Was there any other westerns, or is that all?
Any other westerns?
Yeah, that's all the westerns in the world. So
Deadwood.
whatever. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Westworld. That's just. That's just. Ender's Game. I don't know. I only saw the first episode of Westworld. I know it's like a video game or whatever. Right? Real world androids. I don't know what it is.
It's androids.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's not have to do more westerns. I don't hate westerns. I guess I wouldn't really want to do a samurai game though. At the same time, if you know what I mean. It's a little too. It's not broad enough. How is your pointer going?
It's really frustrating to me because there's no place where I can adjust the stupid sensitivity on it. There's no slider that adjusts. No. I'm really frustrated right now because I just want this to be better, and I'm gonna stop now because it's not even worth it at this point. What about? So is it just the genre that you didn't like for 10 Paces? Because
Oh, no, I
we
don't
were
have it.
talking about making it samurai.
No, we're talking about making it jousting. I think.
Okay, jousting. Well, we talked about samurai for a minute.
Oh yeah, maybe.
We did.
No, I think it's the correct genre for what we made. I just think, in my mind, not a huge Western person.
Yeah, I would like to use the pace die mechanic again.
Yeah, it's definitely something I think we've like kind of
Like that's ours.
gotten it down a little to the point where like we're happy to be able to use it wherever. We
Yeah.
can kind of just throw it into stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. The layout was the best layout we've had for a game.
Well, it's because I'm used to making newspapers.
Yeah, well, I don't think you made newspapers in 1887. And,
I did. You don't know anything about my life before I met you.
Yeah, it's true. I forgot about the 100 lost years or whatever.
Yeah.
Anything else, Jen?
Um,
Front artwork was pretty good. I like that.
yeah. I wish that we had had more guidance on, because a lot of it was just us describing the mechanic for the shooting.
Mhm.
There wasn't, I guess there was guidance on like how to do the social stuff,
A little.
but not as much, we really focused on combat.
Yeah. Well, I think Wild West is focused on combat, though.
I agree to an extent. Because my favorite parts about Wild West movies are when they're in the saloon and they're about to, I guess it's when they're about to go shoot out. I guess that's fair. But I think that having the pace die mechanic and having those types of like the versus environment versus an opponent and versus like for the duel mechanic, I thought that was pretty
Yeah.
cool. And there's so many ways you can adjust the difficulty of the pace die mechanic by making the accuracy, like you don't have to be as precise, or you don't have to be, or you have fewer rolls to complete it, or you have a smaller die. I think the only thing that I didn't like as much about that mechanic was the moving between dice, like what's the difference between a quick draw and a sharpshooter. We realized when we were starting to create it that there was no reason to be in the middle at all for that.
Well, unless you're untrained. Like, min-max reasons, there's no reason to be in the middle. For roleplay reasons, you can be worse at shooting guns.
Yeah, sure.
It's not necessarily a fun thing to do,
Yeah.
but it is a thing to do. But yeah, no, I understand why that's not the best way to do it.
I think maybe the only other the thing that I would change to kind of make it worthwhile to be in the middle like that is because, like, let's say you use your gun in an action that's not dueling, like you are shooting a cup or something. And I know that we have that as a dueling mechanic, but if you're shooting a cup or you're doing cool gun tricks, if you're using your gun for something else, then you have to use that die that you had, which would make, having a D12 would be at a pretty big disadvantage. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm pretty satisfied with how it turned out.
Yeah. I don't think there's much you can do to make that better, basically.
No. You have any thoughts on it?
That's pretty much it. Like, I like the combat a lot. It's freeform enough to basically be able to do anything. I think mechanics fit the theme very well.
Yeah.
Layout worked well.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anyone say, I don't understand how this works. And,
no, I haven't.
Have we,
And I'm looking at the sales report right now.
Well, I was just gonna see if we have any.
Oh, any other things on the...
One space, please.
Yeah, we sold 107
And,
copies of it.
and 0 people have reviewed it.
I know!
So hopefully they like it.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
We did sell, we sold some copies of 3 Threads, which has not been a great seller because we made it so you had to buy it.
Yeah.
But we sold a few.
Nice.
Badge Buddies is up to 121, which is cool. A very special episode is at 101.
I think Grandma is over 100 now.
Yeah, Let's Be Grandma is...
Unless Science Points Treacheries is under 100.
No, Let's Be Grandma is still at 97. Not a lot of people want to buy that anymore. Science Fiction Treachery we sold a lot on, not quite 100 yet. Some of the required we sold over 100. I think that's like one of our more popular ones. But in my Mecca has Shark Rams, I think is by far the most popular.
I think Badge Buddies might beat that though.
Well, my Mecca has 95 plus 28.
That is 123.
So by 2, more popular. I don't know. I really liked it, and
No, I think they're both really good actually.
yeah, because our point is to try to get these out to as many people as possible.
With a secondary hoping
Yeah,
people
we're garner
review
following.
and let us know how they're going.
Well, yeah, we want them to review and let us know how it's going, and we want to become better at what we're doing, so that when we actually do something that we want to, sell and promote, like for real. Well, now that we're not doing this for real.
Let's say develop something in depth would
Yes.
be a better way to say that.
Yeah, because it seems dumb to try to like make a game, make your first game and make that a huge project.
Yeah. So bust out a quick 15.
Yeah, 15, 52, who knows?
Yeah. How
Which
long?
one is this one?
9.
9.
How long do you think we're gonna do it for?
A year at least.
52 games?
Why not go for a full year? You know?
I mean, yeah. If we have to take a week off here or there because of something, it's no big deal. We can always do it a different day. Honestly, if we take a road trip, it'll be really easy to make a game on the road.
Oh, that'd be fun because all we do is talk to each other.
Yeah. And listen to Vitamin C.
God.
Okay.
You want to hear because I only wrote down 2 ideas for today.
Sure. Can you delete these 2 purple dots before I go insane?
Yeah.
And would you like to read over our old ideas
Yes,
first?
let's do that. So if you would please
Okay. First,
open that and read it. Hold on, let me try to open it. So I'm on tablet form, so it's really hard to click.
That's technically what I mean.
We have,
We're missing one of the games on here, and I don't know which one it is.
did you put, well, I'll talk about it in a second. So, you did dress up game, the board game.
Alright, so let's start at the top. We got Doomsday Preppers, the game.
I still want to do this one because even though we haven't watched Doomsday Preppers in a while, I still just love the idea of doing a bunch of Doomsday Preppers trying to get through the apocalypse.
Here's the thing. I see it as a board game.
Yeah, I
Not
know.
as
I
RPG,
thought
so it's going to take a lot more effort.
yeah, when we were starting to design it, that's why I was like, we can't do this here on the stream. We'll never get it done.
Yeah. Chessboard Wrestling Federation. That was my idea. I still like that a lot.
I think that's really fun.
Just using the chessboard as a thing. It'll
Who
be hard
wants to play normal chess? Let's play.
Be hard to balance it.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
We did Tombstone the game, but with good dice mechanic. We did that.
Yep.
We did a match game ball based game. That's awesome.
Yep.
TV Trumps game, check please.
I hate that.
Why do you sprouting face?
I hate the check, please.
Okay, that's fair.
7.
We have 2.
Social deduction games.
Yeah.
7, the movie, the social deduction game. Sounds fucking great, Slick. I want that. And then Mousetrap, but lucky number 11 themed. Also great. Ska band rolling numbers.
I don't remember what that idea is.
I have no idea what that is.
I think it has something to do with your
My things.
Yes, your posters, your motivational posters about Guy Fieri.
Dude, I have no idea what that was about.
Me neither.
I'll try to go back and listen to it or something. The Mandela Effect, which is, I believe
it's Mandela though.
No, in this game it's Mandela.
Okay, fine, whatever.
That's kind of a time travel game.
Yeah,
where
I think they're the same.
Only something slight has changed.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's time travel.
I think we could maybe combine that with the idea of the genre shifting game.
Mm-hmm.
That might be something fun to do. We did a grandma RPG, obviously. Race 2, the sequel to Race.
I remember I think it's racing, but you don't want to finish. Was that it?
No, it's like Hot Wheels, but with rules.
Okay.
That's maybe nothing.
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? We can use pace time mechanic for that, like when you're revving. You know, the beginning of like Cruising the World, you can rev the engine, but if you rev too fast, you spin out.
No, it's shifting gears. Like in the Need for Speed minigame.
Deja vu.
Deja vu. There we go.
This is Haunted Space because it doesn't have a checkbox.
Yeah, you can't make a game there.
No.
Game 18 has to be haunted.
It is haunted. That's when we do the haunted down one.
Right.
Courtroom dueling.
I still like the general idea, but I haven't thought of anything mechanically to put there.
That sounds hard to do, but we can think
See,
about
I'm thinking maybe courtroom duel, you wait until... Okay, I got a pitch for this. You wait until you have a real-life argument with a friend.
Okay.
Say, I believe Ben puts too much mayonnaise on his sandwich.
Right.
And I know I'm right for that. I would get one piece of evidence, which is a picture, and then I call in 3 of our friends. I say, we're playing courtroom duel, and we have mechanics set up to decide who is the winner. And the 3 jurors can hand out dice in their favor, and whoever wins, you can't bring it up anymore. Okay. They've won the argument forever. So like a mechanical way to solve arguments with friends forever.
So there's a game jam going on called Not a Game Jam, Game Jam, and that sounds like something for it. You make games which are literally impossible to play, games with no interaction, games without mechanics. That would be a fun one to submit for Not a Game Jam, Game Jam. The deadline for that is 1 day and 7 hours, but honestly, they say it's not a game jam and deadlines don't actually matter.
I could pump that out in an hour.
Yeah.
So let's not worry about that.
Yeah.
That could be something I do not release except for right there.
Yeah.
Because I don't really think that's something we want on our record. That's just something that I like the idea of.
Yeah.
Seinfeld RPG, still great. It's very similar to the PSA RPG.
I think we could remask that to be like a Seinfeld type situation. You know?
Yeah, the sitcom expansion.
Yeah. I really like A Very Special Episode. It got bad ratings, but I don't care. It's my baby, and I love it.
Well, again, I am under the impression that any game not released released on Drive Thru RPG that's not like a D&D, Pathfinder, GURPS, like game with like I'm gonna make a character and roll stats, blah blah.
Yeah.
It's gonna get worse ratings.
That's
People are there for that
true.
stuff.
That's true.
Like if you release that game Geek Out on
Geek
Drive
Out,
Thru
yeah.
RPG, you'd get a bad rating.
Yeah, I guess it's not really for that, is it?
Whatever, it's RPG.
Yeah.
We're gonna
It's
make
true,
it
it
for
is
it.
an RPG.
We're gonna
There's role playing in it. It's
good.
required of you.
teach people that, well, I think D&D is the baseline, but you can sit around and pretend to be in a sitcom, and that's role playing too. As long as it doesn't do any sex stuff.
Right.
Sex stuff isn't role playing. I've decreed.
You've decreed that.
I've decreed. Next, Voltron style game. Yeah,
We did
it's
it.
my mecha. Strong
We
arms is good.
succeeded. The part of a heist movie where you explain the crime.
Oh, it's the best part.
I really like that, and it is the best part. You can combine it with the gathering the people, like gathering your dudes.
Yeah, everyone has to have a specific thing they're doing.
Yeah.
You have to be getting the diamond out of the vault, and John, I'm thinking.
You could even do it like Whose Line Is It Anyway style, where the first person is like the ringleader, and then they bring in the other person and they say, "That's why I need my diamond guy." Blah blah blah, and then the next person said, "That's why I need the safecracker." Blah blah blah.
All right, so I like this idea. I think you have one guy who's the security guy for the vault.
Yeah.
And he sits there, he's out of the round. And you have 5 people say, here's my plan. We're going to get the diamonds. And first, we're going to go through the sewers. The reason they go through the sewers is because Jimmy knows, and Jimmy has to go, and Jimmy goes, underground entrance to the security place, and we're going to be fine as long as we can blow up right below the vault, which is, alright, because we can get below the vault, and then Tommy can, and then Tommy has to be like, set up explosives.
Yeah.
Where Mike,
now listen,
and then,
I have a good mechanic for this. Okay. It's a cumulative kind of roll. You go after you explain your whole plan. One person rolls, and then the next person has to they have a slightly larger die or something, but they have to subtract the number or something from the previous person, and it keeps stacking. So the more mistakes that everyone makes along the way, because it all depends on each other, right?
Yeah.
And then the final person rolls, and they have to get above a certain number in order for the whole plan to go off.
Interesting. So, kind of.
But you don't do the rolling until the very end, of course, because that's not fun.
Well, I think that's when you have to play the game. You make the plan.
Yeah.
And then we've fucked up. The explosion was way too big.
Yeah.
So instead of it falling in a nice pile, it's everywhere and it's gold. So Mike now has to go off base
Yeah,
and do
but
some
then they
shit.
have to take some kind of negative to all the rolls in their next scene. And I think it stacks. So last person's like completely fucked if everyone else fucked up.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's bigger or smaller. It would be a degree of success kind of thing.
What if here's my twist of it would be last person goes, and it's random. You kind of are choosing people to go. Last person to go is the most likely to get caught. You fuck up.
Yeah.
They get caught, and now they're doing a catch me if you can. They're on the cops team now, and they're trying to catch you so they can interject with when they show up and try to.
Oh yeah. Either that, or you can try to jailbreak that person and do heist. You're heisting that person out of the jail. It can stack.
Yeah, there's a lot of options for that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that.
So
Hold on. Heists.
let's write that down.
I'm gonna draw George Clooney. Hold on.
And let's come back to it.
Yeah.
I'm not even looking at that page right now. Canada's Victory Road from Pokemon, that's great. And then Behold the Prophecy.
That was just a title. I did the R.L. Steining thing.
Yeah, but I like the idea of you start the game with a prophecy and you have to make it work out somehow. And it's kind of trying to steal the story from people where the red flower will burn the king or whatever. and then like someone's like, well, the dragon read a flower, it comes flying through the thing, and then someone's like, and the king drinks his way too hot soup made of red chili peppers, and the guy like, god damn it, like that's the
Yeah.
he is kind of play with that.
I don't know what kind of mechanic you would use with that yet.
No idea. That might be that's the road trip game.
Yes, that is the road trip game. You're right. It's both the prophecy, the road trip. Oh, that's a good idea.
You guys come up with a prophecy. You start driving,
and you
start discussing,
things.
and you're like, what is it? Like the horned beast will lead us to victory. And then you see a cow truck go by. You're like, the horned beast. I'm the prophet. And they're like, God damn it.
Yes.
And then the prophet gets to decide what you eat.
Yes. I love that.
And then they kind of like, I think they come up with a new prophecy and then try to make it like esoteric enough that someone can't become the new prophet.
Yeah, whoever the new prophet is, they get to make all the decisions in the car. Like, what are we going to listen to? Yeah, they get to make all the decisions at that point. I love that.
That's, hold the prophecy could be the road trip game.
That's great.
Alright, let's get on to our actual, our ideas. Which I didn't write down to all my brain, so you can start and I'll write down mine.
Okay, I have one bad one, and I have one decent one. So you want to hear my bad one first?
Yeah, I have 2 bad ones, 1 very bad one, and an okay one.
Okay. Why don't we start with your very bad one first?
I'm not ready. You have to skip first.
Okay. So this has no description. It has nothing except it's called a game where everything rhymes, and that's why it's bad.
Okay. What can Vader's quest? The first words I saw. Needs strength to become the best.
Yeah, it's like the everybody wants a peanut kind of thing.
I don't know what that is.
From Princess Bride.
I don't really remember that part.
Oh, Fezzik and Inigo, they have a rhyming game.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Next. Now I'm in Lake Square.
Yeah, I know. That's always a stupid one. And then here's one that I kind of like. I wanted to do this because I've always thought it'd be really fun to play a game where you're all secret agents. So in this game, you would have everyone's working for either like the CIA or the KGB or something, and it's 60s style, like James Bond, like kitschy James Bond, secret agent team. But one person is a double agent, or is like maybe KGB or something, and then one person is a sleeper agent, or maybe even multiple people are KGB, and one person's a sleeper agent. So this is a combination. I know we've already done a social deduction game, but this is a combination role-playing game / social deduction, and it's mostly role-playing game with just some of those elements of social deduction that I really like. So I was thinking that the mechanic here is that when you roll whatever, let's say 2d6 for something, and you can decide once you roll in secret, and you decide which of your dice you're going to reveal, and you only show that to like the GM or something. So the GM knows what you have, right? Okay. Totally, but then you only show to the rest of the table your one die. Like, I'm sorry guys, I failed on this or succeeded on this.
I don't think you have to show it to the GM. Both of them. He would know, or they would know, sorry, who the sleeper agents are and who's working against people. Right?
Yeah, of course the GM would know. But I'm saying, like, for purposes of does this actually succeed, you have to show the GM your total score.
Well, I think you show them. Wait, what do you mean total score? You succeed based off both die?
Yes.
Then there's no hidden aspect to it.
Why wouldn't there be?
Well, you said you only show them one die. If you're rolling, that's randomized. It doesn't matter if you show them both of the die.
That's
count.
Fair. That's fair. Okay, that's true.
So
that's true.
You would only show one die at a time.
But anyway, so like one person's a sleeper agent, and at some certain point, the sleeper agent's like reaction goes off, and they will start playing for the other team. I don't know how you would implement that. but I thought it would be really funny to have a sleeper agent. And it's not that they're working against each other the whole time, because they're all going to go off on a certain goal. Like, let's say our goal is to break into this this KGB warehouse, and they're trying to get some documents. And the KGB agents and the CIA agents both want to get into this warehouse, but that's because the CIA agents, they want to get that and bring it back to the United States. So the KGB agents want to, I don't know, set something else up, or they want that paperwork they want to secretly slip in some paperwork to make the other agents believe.
Or even you could do things such as you're going to steal paperwork, and it's actually effectively meaningless, and the KGB agent's going to have a very easy time finding it and getting it, because they know where it is, and they know the KGB wants the Americans to have it.
Mm-hmm.
And the KGB agent isn't trying to screw them over. They're trying to get as high up as possible, as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So being too good could low.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I just don't know how to implement necessarily that social deduction aspect into it, because you would want to do something where, again, the role playing is the foremost part of it. But you want
this, to me, it seems like a powered by the apocalypse hack.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm feeling from that, which I don't dislike, but that's what I get from it. It's a you have to base off something with already a pretty robust role play, and then you don't tell anyone.
Then you add something into it.
Mm.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Hey, you want to continue with ideas?
Those were my ideas for today. I didn't have a lot for this week.
Okay.
I can make something up real quick.
Nah, I got mine. My okay idea. It's a biker gang dress-up adventure where, because biker gangs are just groups of adventurers who all dress up together and then go on adventures to try to get in fights and stuff. So really, the closest thing to a D&D adventure party is role-playing as a biker. Because that's what they're doing. They're just role-playing as tough guys.
Yeah.
And you get to, like, pick what cool colors they wear and, like, what their symbol is. And then you never actually fight. You guys just hang out and try to make cooler and cooler leather armor.
Okay.
That's the whole idea. I don't have anything else.
I like the idea of being a biker dress-up game.
Mm-hmm.
I really do enjoy that a lot. What's your other idea?
Do you want the really bad one?
Yeah, hit me.
Tom Cruise is trying to kill me.
I love the name of this. Just call Tom Cruise is trying to kill me.
And what it is Tom Cruise has, near infinite power and money. He's obviously a fucking psycho. Like, I mean, everyone's seen him. He loves to run. He drives extremely fast. And he does his own stunts. And you've pissed him off by saying, he's a dumb Scientology nerd. And he's gonna try to fucking kill you.
I love it.
So get away.
Okay.
And the whole thing is you trying to escape a pretty much omni-powerful Tom Cruise.
How would this game work?
I don't know, you probably just run away from Tom Cruise a lot.
Okay. I
don't
dig it.
have any rules.
This is a very bad dragon that I'm trying to draw.
Oh, it's a dragon. Okay. Next one, I wanted to do something with the mechanics of exploding die, which is, if you roll a max on something, you get to roll it again. I don't know what that is yet, though. I think it has to do with wild magic in my mind.
Yeah.
Because I like that idea. And I like the idea of it not always being good. Like, you use healing, and you use exploding die, so you end up, instead of healing him for 4 damage, you heal him for like 16, and he just has like, the person you heal just has like blood flowing out their nose because they're like too much blood in them and shit, and they're like, their skin's overly tough now, and you're just like, what the fuck happened to him? Like, oh, he got overhealed.
I like that.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if all magic was like that, it'd be pretty wild. That's an okay idea.
I like that as like a concept.
And then I have I want to do an alchemy game, but not I'm trying to make gold alchemy because that's always boring.
Yeah.
More Full Metal Alchemist style. And my idea for that was you have like 3d6, all different colors, and like this is the fire one, there's the water one, there's the earth one. You're trying to do like a earth thing. You can like roll them. I got the most on my earth, so maybe I could do something like that. Maybe your die pool is based on like where you spec into.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how to do it, but I like that idea.
I've always liked the idea of having to use the actual color of your dice for something.
It does put a
Which
little bit of a gateway into playing though, which I don't really like. But
Yeah, I understand. Okay.
But like, I'm trying to think.
I like that idea. To have like, what if we kind of combine that with almost a Yahtzee-like game mechanic where you can hold certain dice, but you only have a certain amount to roll? Like, I'm trying to do this fire spell. I need to have, that reminds me of like the monster cooking game thing that you played, remember?
Monster cooking.
You know, the cooking game where you were cooking for people, like as a...
Yes, I do remember that game.
You have to have, like, if you have just an even straight mix of everything, that's not good. You need to have one flavor that's dominant.
Yes.
So...
I see that.
you understand what I mean now, kind of?
Yeah,
like, where you can hold some, but you're hoping that you can roll that high number again.
Yeah, you're trying to do something specific.
Yeah.
And maybe...
But you can, like, maybe that second roll, you're like, oh, I have way more of this now, I'm just gonna scrap those previous ones and roll it again and hope for the best. Again, similar to Yahtzee.
I'm also thinking you could mix stuff. What's earth and water mix?
But...
So nothing's good. Fire and this, that would make like...
Well, you're missing one. You're missing air.
Yeah, I guess I am.
And heart.
I am missing heart. Well, fire and water makes air.
Fire and water make steam.
Water and earth. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's like a way to do alchemy stuff.
No, I totally get that. Maybe we should like
it's-
actually look up, like for next week, we can make that our goal to like look up
Makes life.
alchemy stuff.
Dirt and water is life.
Oh yeah,
Life.
but you can't. Well, I guess if it's our rules, we can make up whatever you want. I was just gonna say you can't make life. that's,
Well,
that's the whole problem.
It's like healing magic. You just have to like pull. Like I think if you heal someone, all the grass around you dies. Shit like that.
Oh, I like that a lot.
So
I
maybe-
like games that and books and things that do that with their magic.
Can't like heal someone in the desert.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Let's add these to our running ideas list real quick before we forget.
The good ones, yeah. So
Yeah.
the alchemy.
Yeah, put in the alchemy, put in the secret agent. Put secret agent social deduction so I remember. I forgot that I had earlier wanted to say the haunted doll game, but I don't have any other ideas other than haunted doll.
Just haunted doll. Alright.
You want to do this heist thing? I think we had a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of more mechanics for it. Let's start with heist. Let's think of what makes a good heist.
The part where you bring in the new guys. I really like the idea that you don't get to decide what your role is. It's the person who's going before you kind of decides what your role is. I roll ROLE.
I don't hate that, but I think
maybe you could make up your stats in secret.
no.
And then they.
Well, I'm saying that's thing. You have a specialty.
Yeah.
Which you kind of make your stats around. Or we could even we could force like rolls so that you could be, say we're doing, I don't know what the stat equivalent to heist are, but like you have to go through and roll straight 3. Like, oh, I got a 12 in explosives, blah blah.
Yeah, maybe you together, like before you start gaming, you make a stack of characters, maybe even more than you actually need. And like this is the diamond guy, this is the safecracker guy, or not even label them like that, but you have this list of things, and then you grab one as you're making your case, and that's why I need, and then you shuffle through them. That's why I need you because
I don't think we should do it that way.
Okay.
Because I like playing completely random characters. I'm fine with it. most people fucking hate it.
I wouldn't actually say that. I had a long conversation with someone who said that they like that randomization.
Okay.
And that
That's
a lot of old school revival players, which is super popular right now, like that randomization.
Let them do it then. Do not just hand them a thing. I don't want to make a game where we're forcing people to play as something. People do not like that. You, at least when you roll it, it's your thing. I mean,
that's fair. That's fair. If you roll,
I was gonna say, have you seen how long it takes when we play games with random people to pick up the character we hand them? In that table, the guy who's 20 always tries to find that dude who's fighter, and then doesn't talk throughout the entire thing. The woman wants to play as the woman who's something. The older guy, normally pretty okay. I'm thinking of exactly the one we did on the cruise. He was fine. He was able to roleplay a little.
I was picturing the one on the cruise too.
And the kid will blah blah. But like that happens all the time. There's always like one guy's like, oh, this guy's the fighter. I'll play as him. And then they don't roleplay because they didn't make the character and they don't really feel comfortable doing it.
Okay, yeah, give them a sense of agency over their people.
And instead, you misbrand them. Is how I think you do it. You make your character. That's fine. But you don't do job interviews in the criminal world. One, I like the idea of your first job being a, like, you guys are all, like, rookies, 18 or whatever, trying to do it. And then, like, you have to, I think you, like, pass 2 years ahead every time. And, like, have, like, more developed skills, basically. And you're like, hey, we got another job, something like that. But in my mind, what I'm hearing is, say I'm actually great at explosives.
Yeah.
Fucking fantastic. And then the guy who's bringing us in to do the job, you know, I'm 18. He's gonna pull a goddamn Gandalf and be like, "This is our burglar. Dude can safe crack like nothing else." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna blow up that safe." Like,
yeah, exactly. Because when you're a demolitions expert, every problem looks like an explodable wall.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, that's how you do it. Go, this is our safe crack, and then next time, based on how you handle that situation, maybe the person could
nice.
You're a getaway driver? Okay, we can try.
I like that. That way, like, you're forced into a role, kind of. Like, this is your role in the heist.
You're not a different person.
You're not a different person.
Because in my mind, that's...
I like that.
Have you ever...
And do you keep the stats secret?
Yeah, I think so.
And then after your first job, everyone kind of knows what your stats are.
Yeah.
I like that.
You'll try to...
Yeah.
I like the idea, no metagame, you can be like, well, you know, I like bombs, but you can't say, like, I have a 20 bombs.
Yeah.
You know, and I think you have to have that thing where, like, no one is willing to admit they're a bad driver, really. Like, yeah, fine driving, I can drive. Like,
yeah. Everyone, like, yeah, no, everyone's super overly confident in all of their abilities.
But
definitely, I like that.
The Gandalf with Bilbo thing is what first came to my mind. It's like, this is our burglar. And he's like, fuck you, I'm your burglar.
Yeah.
I'm not a burgle, you son of a bitch.
Was that, I feel like that was kind of racist of Gandalf, just to assume that the halflings are thieves.
Well,
that's a D&D joke.
He already knew, did he know Bilbo already?
No, he just shows up at his door. He says, good day, and he says...
Fucking why?
Because, I don't know, Gandalf.
Yo, dude, Gandalf sucks. I hate that dude.
What would you do right now if there's a knock on the door?
And he asked me to be the thief?
Yeah, you would go.
No, I'd be like, dude, obviously I am not spec'd into stealth at
You
all.
would 100% go. And it doesn't matter if you're spec'd into stealth anyway, you're going to find a ring that will give you invisibility. It doesn't matter.
I'm much more... I can play on the heist. I just want to be part of the heist. If I had 3 good men right now, I could heist anywhere. Memorial Day weekend, perfect. Everyone's closed.
That is perfect, huh?
Don't have that much money in the coffers. Instead, we'll do the heist on the biggest day of the year. Okay. So.
No, I like that. I kind of want to insist that this is like a stacking thing depending on like your order of operations, and that the how good the first person does affects how good everyone else does, and so on. I think that is a necessary component of a heist, because everyone has this perfect plan when they're forming a heist, and then as things start going wrong, they're gonna veer off that path.
Yeah. So I think the whole thing is you have a pretty good idea of what's going on there, and then you actually play through it.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. And I'm trying to think if there's any way to make exploding die work in this. Not really.
Maybe. Sorry, I wanted to look up something real quick because I've actually never read the rules to Honey Heist, and I just want to make sure that we're not doing something.
It's not this. Don't worry about it.
Okay. It's not this at all, is it?
What is every role in a heist movie for people?
Like, what do the people do?
Yeah.
Okay. I cannot see that far over.
All right. Well, you didn't make a box today, so I'm gonna keep
on,
writing
I'm
them.
gonna make the box.
I'm just gonna keep writing them. That's bad. That was bad.
This is where I am.
Okay, I'm gonna write them over here because I can't write smaller.
You want me to write them?
Nope. I'm just trying to get them listed down.
Okay.
So if you want to name off people who are in heist movies.
Okay, take die, explosives, drivers. There's the disguise person.
The face.
Yeah. Well, isn't the face like the charismatic person?
That's normally the disguised person.
Oh, that's fair. There's the inside man.
Okay, that'll be tricky for this. I don't know if we'll have that.
That's more like the role, right?
Yeah, let's just keep writing them all down.
Yeah.
Safecracker.
Yeah, safecracker. There's the muscle.
Need muscle.
There's that. Oh, you already have tech guy. That's the hacker.
Alright. What about?
We should at least have 11 because there were 11 in Ocean's 11.
Yeah, but half of them did the same shit.
That's true. With different accents.
Yeah. Let's see. Instead, let's off heist movies and try to work from there. We got.
Well, Ocean's 11.
I don't watch those movies. They're really bad. I've never seen any of them.
You can't say that they're really bad.
I watched half hour of them and they were fucking terrible. It's just Julia Roberts yelling about shit the whole time.
Julia Roberts isn't in Ocean's 11.
Yeah, she is.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh, it looks like I've seen more of the movie than you. Alright. We are missing a few. Alright, so in, say, Italian Job, they have a safecracker, they have a driver, they have the plan guy. I think they're all the plan.
They're all the plan person. Yeah.
But what about the old guy?
What does the old guy do?
He's like the fence. I don't know if that matters. I just want to write them all down. We can decide them later.
Yeah, the fence. There is. What about that Now You See Me movie? There's the magician.
They're all magicians.
I know, but still.
They all just use magic all the time. I don't know what you do for that.
I know, but I'm just saying it'd be funny as an homage.
To have a magician?
Yeah. But not like an actual person who knows magic. Not a wizard.
I understand. I'm just saying that why would you want to homage to the least heist movie, like in the history of stuff?
Because that movie was so bad, but people like it for some reason.
I mean, you're entirely off base. People hate that movie.
Why did they get a sequel?
It made money.
Exactly.
Well,
Just like a heist.
The trailer did not give away the fact that it was a ridiculously bad ending, so people went to see it and then were pissed.
So we have the muscle face. Maybe like pickpocket. I don't know.
I already wrote pickpocket. So.
Oh. couldn't see it over the coffee thing.
All right, let's go through going into the bank to blow up the vault.
Uh-huh.
We doing it in broad daylight.
Mhm.
Go in with guns. We get the manager. Try to get him to open the safe. He won't do it. Something bad happens, so we blow it up. Put everything in the money. Jump in a car and we leave. Like, is there more?
Yeah, that's like the most basic heist.
Well, I'm trying to think. Are there more roles?
Yeah, the tech guy disables the alarm.
I don't need to go over the ones we have. I'm trying to find
Oh, you're trying to find new ones.
more roles still. Yeah.
There's the lookout.
I don't think that's a role. I think that's tech guy. That's anyone.
You just said we were running them all down.
I mean, it's not even a role. Lookout?
Yeah, he looks out.
That's someone. I'll write it down, but it's not a role. But just whoever's closest to the door. Because it's always the guy with the gun who yells like, "We gotta hurry! Cops are gonna be here any
We got
minute."
5 minutes.
I think that's good.
I think that's everything. I don't. There aren't more roles. We don't want to overlap too much.
Yeah.
So we're doing this so we can find out like what skills we want to use, right?
Yes.
Okay. So here, let me erase this.
Got it.
Okay. So I think that we need driving, right, as a role, as a skill.
Yes.
I think that we can have lots of different types of skills in this. I think disguise should be one.
Do we want a lot of different types of skills?
Yeah, 'cause that way people can be more diverse.
How do we want to do skills? I think that's the better
I think
way
we
to
should
say
do
it.
skills similarly to how D&D 5e does skills, which is that
So they're based off stats.
yes,
Okay, then should we name these as skills or should we come up with base stats?
okay, let's come up with some base stats first. So let's put them here.
Yeah. What?
That was your fault.
Why you making squiggles?
So I can figure out where the stuff was. Okay, so we have.
Alright, if you're gonna be a tech guy, we need like knowledge. What's the base thing for explosives?
That's like knowledge. You gotta have knowledge.
Driving is. I think that's kind of perception.
Okay.
Perception. It'll probably be perception index or something like that, but perception. The face is.
Charisma.
That's disguise. That's charisma. Yeah. Safe crackers like fine dexterity.
Yeah.
See, the muscle uses guns in my mind, not muscle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they could also use muscle, I guess.
They might use muscle. There might be like a time where you have to use like some athleticism. We need to crawl through these ducts, you
Dude,
know.
oh, we're forgetting about Mission Impossible. That's the thing we
Yeah.
should have got through. See, Tom Cruise, he's still the muscle even though he's small because
Yeah.
he's hanging by the wire
Let's
and
call
stuff.
it body.
Yeah, I like body. Because
That's your your ability to be strong.
Tom Cruise isn't jacked, but he'll beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
He's coming after you.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm still afraid
He's
of
coming
that.
after you.
Do we have another one we need, or is 5 stats good? Pickpockets get used dex. Fence doesn't really
yeah.
look out.
Knowledge, perception, charisma, dexterity, body. I don't even know if we need perception because I feel like that's a combination of dexterity and knowledge, isn't it?
No. I don't think so. Perception's how good you notice things around you, not how well you know things. Like, think of someone who has huge glasses and reads books all day, and blah blah blah. They don't have good perception even if they know.
Okay, how about this? Let's change these because I have an idea.
Okay.
Let's change them to the following. So we have body,
Okay.
we have face, that's your charisma.
Yep.
We have eyes, that's your perception.
Got brains
You got brains, that's your knowledge.
and hands.
And hands.
That's-
Exactly.
I like it. It's good thematic feel to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna erase this. And now let's think of skills.
Okay, let's say we want 3 for each real quick. Can you erase driving? Let's
Now,
throw.
here's the thing with skills though, because in 5e you get them based on whatever your original stat was, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you get bonuses. For 3-5 and for 3 as well, you had a pool of points that you got by partially was from one of your stats, but I don't remember which one. But you got a pool of points that you could spend into your skills. You had a pool of points that you spent, and then sometimes you would get bonuses for whether or not they were based on your class skills, but we don't have classes in this case.
Here's what I'm thinking. Say we roll 3d6. I wonder if this works. Come on. Online dice roller. Okay. Wow, bad. I got an 8.
Okay.
So I got 8 in body.
Okay.
And if we have 3 skills in body, say it's I don't know, whatever. So I have an 8. I'm bad at body.
Yeah.
I think what we do, maybe even divide it in 2.
Yeah.
That's how many points you can do it. And maybe we allow it to explode a little, because I want that exploding thing.
Yeah.
If you get a 6 in body, you add your points, say instead I got 611, I still have an 8. I only get to 4 points, but I can now roll another d6 and add those to my points too.
Okay.
So that you can be like,
Sometimes you get really lucky.
I'm an
in a high school
expert
game.
at safe cracking. you
Yeah.
know? And I think that's just for making the stats up. And then you can put the pool in wherever you want.
Yeah, I think you can add things to your pool no matter where, but then you'll also get bonuses depending on how good you are at these things, at these stats.
Okay, so like there's a baseline. If
Yeah.
I have an 8 in body, well, I'll probably have a -1 to everything.
Sure.
So when I add my 4 points, the best I can have like a 3 in something and -1 everything else,
And
or I
you're
can have a
spending
0.
you're spending pool from your points too if you're
Well-
making those better too.
I think every pool is different, was in my mind.
Oh, you want them to be different?
So if I got an 8 in body and then let's see, the roll history.
So you don't want everyone to start with the same amount of skill.
11 face. No, I want people to be able to suck. Because I've never seen a heist movie without like one huge fuck.
Okay.
And like it really it harkens back to like, see, I have a 11 in face. I'm not gonna be doing anything crazy there. And then I have a 9 in eyes. I'm not doing anything good there. I got a 9 in brains. Also not doing anything good there. And a 10. This guy is average as
What
shit.
about his hands?
That was a 10.
Oh.
So never mind. This guy's like kind of a goon. But let me roll real die and see what your character's like. Body 9. Face 15. So you are going to be the disguise. Tell people what to do thing. And I like this because the whole idea was we don't tell other people our stats.
Yeah.
Do this. Someone be like, okay, so then John, you could drive us away. Okay. And he's like,
Yeah, I can do it.
and then everyone's like, John fucked up again. And then everyone's like, dude, what are you good at? And I can be the tech guy. It's just like, also sucks at tech.
I like that. Okay.
So basically the idea is like, you can be bad.
Yeah, let's figure out what skills we want first. Let's make a big list of skills.
Alright,
And then
I want to
we'll-
try to
we'll
get
narrow it
3
down.
or 4 for each one.
Well, let's not worry about that yet. We can narrow it down.
But I want to like go
I
through.
understand.
I'm saying.
Okay, so
So
let's
we
start
could start body. So you got
punching, like fighting, like straight up punch.
like a melee.
Okay, melee.
You got acrobatics.
Yeah, hold on.
I mean, I kind of want to call it tight walk. Or what was that? Like the balancing across like a wire, like tightrope
Why don't we
stuff?
just call that balance?
Well, because I'm thinking of the wire they use to drop down in Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
That's balance more to me than anything.
Yeah,
Right.
that's balance.
Um.
So melee, balance. How about something like contortion? Because
Okay.
sometimes they have like people that are stuck in a box.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. No, I'm good with contortion.
That's body.
Well, I'm thinking we have balance, contortion, melee. Is there something like just a straight strength thing? Like instead of being a contortionist, you were just a fucking buff dude.
Well, how about instead of melee, it's strength?
I feel like that's too wide though. I kind of want like, because there's big buff dude. Tom Cruise is good at melee, not big buff dude though. You know?
I don't think it matters how big buff you are. Does it?
Like, what if your thing is like, we'll have fucking John sledgehammer through something? Like that's.
Okay.
Alright, what if instead of melee, it's like grapple, something like that? Like, you can knock someone out, you know? You know when you like sneak up behind someone and choke them, like that's more of a grapple.
How about we call that grab?
Yeah, we can deal with it later, but
Yeah, I'll call it grab.
I think forward works well.
Oh, you want melee to be a separate one?
Well, no, I'm saying grab, and then we have the big boy strength thing.
Okay. Grab, and then like, how about just muscle? Just call it muscle.
Yeah, okay, that works.
Okay. So that's body. Face. So I think disguise for sure.
Disguise.
Lie.
Yes, lie. Is there a way to like?
Seduce.
What about distract instead of seduce? Because in my mind, it's you don't want to actually have a seduce skill because people are getting used it too much.
That was a skill in 3-5.
Okay.
Right, wasn't it?
I don't. Disguise, lie, distract. What else could we need? It's convince.
Like persuade. I think that's more like lying and persuading. I don't like it when those are two separate things.
Okay, well, but they're entirely different. I have a gun to your head. I say, open up the safe, or I'm going to kill you. That's not a lie. I'm trying to convince him to open up the safe, and if he doesn't, I kill him. That's not like I'm not lying to him. Using a lie roll seems.
It was not. I don't know why I'm thinking that it was. Sorry, I was looking up seduction.
Well, yeah, because you always want seduction in your games, and it's just not allowed. But no, I think those are two different things.
Okay, that's fair. I get it. I understand. So how about just straight up persuade?
I think he's convinced because we'll have them in different. They're for different reasons. You're not going to persuade, like talk your way out of something, but you can say, "I wasn't the guy robbing it. It was the fucking guy running down the alley. What are you talking about?" You know, like.
Isn't that a lie?
I mean, that one would be a lie, but convince is literally like, I'm going to kill you if you don't do what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
Eyes.
So obviously.
Notice.
Yep. I think detect the lie, or like insight, some sort of insight.
Yeah, alright, that could work. I think insight's brain. Oh no. Let's.
No, because you're looking at the person.
Um.
How about hearing, or is that different than notice? Like one could be sight, one could be sound.
I think that's notice.
Okay.
I wanted there to be something about driving here. You know?
How about just drive?
Yeah.
Or is that hands?
No, because I think it's like in my mind, people think that hands have to do with driving. I think most of it is knowing like there's someone behind you and you're fucking reversing doing 30 miles an hour. That's a lot more of spatial awareness than it is I need to turn the wheel.
Okay. So notice, insight, drive.
What else did the eyes do? There's in a heist specifically, I guess.
Like you look for secret triggers to alarms, but that's notice.
I think that's all. Well, yeah.
What if it's like search, like notice versus search?
Oh, what if the eyes have to do with like fucking grabbing the loot, getting the most expensive appraise.
Oh yeah.
Appraise. There you go. I like that.
Ooh, how about how good you do on the heist determines how many XP essentially you get to level up.
That's exactly how they did it in Payday 2 before it got bad. Well, I mean, I stopped playing when it got bad, but when they did, is your XP was just how much money you had, which was really fun.
I like that. So brains, I think hacking.
Yeah, hack. Got explode. What if we have blueprints? Is that? What if it like a history check?
How about like plan?
Plan, yeah, plan. It's another big brain boy one. Not fence.
Yeah, I don't think we need fence because that's like in between game
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like we'll just assume you can.
Yeah,
sell
you can
it.
fence it. You know a guy.
Yeah.
And
Hack, explosive, plan.
I think fence would be a face anyway.
Yeah. It would be hack, explosive, plan.
What else is there? There's like the. Give me a heist movie so I can think my way through it. And Ant-Man. They did tag. They did what about like makeshift? You know, like.
Yeah, I was thinking like
Great.
their ability to improvise.
Well, I'm thinking like Mission Impossible. That wire that brings him down. Like, yeah, I think anyone can kind of set that up, but I think that should be a stat.
I'm just gonna call it tech.
Gadget.
That's better.
Yeah. And I think that's also like making a gadget.
Yeah, making and using a gadget. And then hands, obviously safe crack.
Safe cracking. Pickpocket. Silent.
Sneak, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll call it silent.
Okay. And we don't have a guns one. Are hands guns?
I guess. I think so.
Or should guns be something else?
Would guns be under perception? I don't think so, because that's like you have to keep a steady hand for that.
I think maybe guns are like an amalgamation of everything.
You know, no. It doesn't take that much skill to shoot a gun.
But I'm thinking like, what if you have a sniper? You know what? I think it should be body. It should be. We'll have grab muscle be the same thing, and I think. But it should be body.
Being a sniper in a heist movie is really boring.
What
Because
if?
you're just hanging out on a roof. You're not really involved in anything.
Until a guard comes up behind you, punches you in the face. Because you're not quiet.
How would this person be like the rogue person though?
What if everything has an associated weapon?
Like body, face, eyes, brains, hands?
Yeah, hands has a Garrett. Garrot.
I don't know. I always say Garrett, and then
Garrett.
I say Groot, and then I say
Yeah.
Garrett.
Has that. The brains have like a taser.
Yeah.
The eyes have a sniper that they're good with. The face has a pistol. Like, yeah. And the body just has a like fucking big boy weapon.
club.
Well, I was thinking like an assault rifle.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna be the guy, be like, everyone on the floor, and they just have a big fucking gun to be scary.
Yeah. See, I don't like it. Like, I want the goal of this to try to be without anyone noticing that you're even doing the heist.
I think so too. I think.
But there's always got to be a backup plan.
The fun is when you're being chased through the sewers, shooting behind you and stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So safe cracking, pickpocket, silent, and.
You know what? How about this? We'll just have guns. You'll be bad at them unless you have a certain, like, or each weapon will have a proficiency that's like a certain amount you need. So if you're giving the assault rifle and you're weak, you'll like fucking be really bad on it. Terrible.
Okay.
If you try to Garrett someone and you're fucking loud as shit, they're gonna be like, what are you doing? And put their hand up their back. I think that works. Safe cracking, pickpocket, silence, and
obviously these are all manual dexterity things, except for silent, which is more like your ability to kind of sneak.
I mean, that is manual dexterity.
Yeah.
It is to walk quietly.
Is pickpocket just sleight of hand in general? I think so, right?
Well, I'm thinking, what if there's something else of... In my mind, there's in heist movies, a thing that's like real big for is swish. Like you do that whole thing where you replace something with something else.
Wouldn't that be balance?
No, balance is like I'm like climbing.
I think that switching something with something else, I think that is a pickpocket action. I think that's sleight of hand and pickpocket. That's the same thing.
What if it's what about the when Zeta Jones went through the lasers? What stat do you use there?
Contortion.
That is contortion, huh? Yeah, that's contortion.
What if we have silent, what about hide? Are they too similar? How about blend? No, blend in would be.
That's face.
Yeah.
That's
disguise.
Another hand thing though.
Oh, safe cracking is also lock picking.
Yeah.
Shit. Why is this one the hardest one? This is like the coolest one. This is the stuff that I like to do.
What do? Let's go. All thieves stats in every game you've ever played.
Being able to backstab. Being able to shoot a crossbow.
What if?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay. I'm gonna crack open a cold one.
Yeah, you think.
What else do thieves do? Sneaky, silent boys. They can hide in the shadows. They stab people. They're quick. They got a steady hand. Got a steady hand. I have my lockpicks. I'm gonna look at my lockpicks. That's lockpick gun. Baldur, what does someone do with their lockpicks, huh? Baldur, I don't know what to do for your hands. Baldur, what's the move, Baldur? I do not know, Baldur. What do you do with your hands, Baldur? Okay, what else is there? They can... climb? No. That's body. hot wire, maybe. That could be one. Although I think you can. Maybe that's also gadget.
You think of anything?
Maybe hot wire. But I thought that
I
was
feel
more
like that's more
gadget.
driving, right?
But yeah, it's or gadget.
More
I
gadget.
started looking at my lockpicks to try to come up with ideas.
Oh, nice.
Can't think of
Yeah,
anything.
safe cracking, lockpicking, pretty much the same skill. Pickpocketing, sleight of hand.
I'm very tempted to put the gun stat there now.
I am too.
But I don't know if it fits right.
It doesn't. That it's not the same flavor, you know?
Yeah. But we do not have a gun stat, and that's
How about like your hands is that more like perception, your reaction time?
no. That reflex would be definitely hands.
Okay. How about reflex?
Okay.
Like you hear guards coming down. How you can hear them, sure. Can you hide before? Okay.
I mean, that's kind of. I don't know if that's the exact time I want to use it, but yeah. Gotta do gadget too.
What is that?
Lockpick gun.
Oh. Okay. Well, don't do that.
Say you lockpick. Okay. Yeah. Reflex works.
Okay. I think these are good.
Okay.
And I honestly cannot think of another stat that I would put in here other than gun.
Which I think will be something else.
Yeah.
So let's go to this and top down kind of come up with the phases of the game.
Yeah. Okay. So step 1 is when you make your characters.
Make characters.
And that's like step 0. That's step 0 because you're gonna use the same characters
Alright.
for next time.
Phase 0, make characters, straight rolls.
Okay, and then phase 1 is actually when you're starting the planet and everyone like you set up your plan.
Phase 1. Set up plan.
And that's where like that's why this person's gonna be the blah guy, and then the next person gets to do their part of the plan. And then the next person gets to do their part of the plan.
Do the plan. Alright. Bring people.
And we have to really be sure that we say that this is a yes and thing.
Yeah.
We can't have someone say no, but I'm better at this. I don't want to be this part. Like you have to yes and it.
You don't have not being part of the mission puts you in danger of being pew-pewed or something.
Yeah.
You
just have to yes and it. Where you're put in, that's where you go.
You signed up with the mob or something.
Yeah. Phase 2 is where you actually act out the plan.
Pull off the heist.
And that's where the rolling will happen. And then phase 3 is the getaway.
I think basically something goes wrong. Maybe. And then phase 4. Getaway.
And then it goes back to phase 0.
Yeah. I don't know. Well.
I think phase 3, like if something goes wrong, I think definitely things are gonna go wrong in phase 2 when you're rolling.
Well, yeah, and then it's something goes wrong maybe.
Yeah, I think that's that final roll that will tell maybe the GM. Is this a GM game?
Yes, I got it.
That will tell the GM like however
Right,
good that last roll goes. That will tell the GM what will go wrong and how.
I think though that you don't wait till the last roll for something to go wrong all the time. That's too much basically. So.
Well, that determines how successful you are at the end of the plan.
I think you're getting way ahead of yourself. What I'm saying is, if you wait till the last roll, the only thing to ever go wrong will be the last thing. So what happens is you take your idea where there's I mean, you didn't actually explain other than in broad sense. Say you have to keep your rolls above 20 or above 10. The first person starts with d20, then a d12, and you add 5 or something to each one to make it more difficult. First person rolls a 1. You get there and something bad happens.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So
but
you don't.
I think that something bad affects the next step too.
Yes.
And the worse you do there, the worse the next.
But what I'm saying is, if you start by going into the place and you're gonna tell everyone to get on the ground, and the next thing is to blow up the safe or whatever, or find the manager, and there's 3 cops there, you don't just start finding the manager. You play out an entirely different game. It's not like.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But I think whatever that first person does in the plan affects the next person.
Yeah, it has to, of course, because something bad can happen.
Yeah.
I'm saying you don't have to follow the plan.
Oh no, I agree.
What I'm saying is this is the plan we set out, and everyone has to take this role. But like that whole idea of like you don't wait till the end to have effects happen, because that doesn't make any sense.
No, I 100% agree. I think that last roll determines then that phase 3. Something goes wrong. That's
What do you mean the last roll?
Like the last person, the part of like when you're actually there, you have the diamond in front of you, you're snatching it, and then like the GM looks at all this cumulative stuff, determines how successful this is and how difficult the getaway part's going to be for everyone.
Okay, that's entirely different than something goes wrong. There's always a getaway. I'm saying like.
No, I mean like
this entire time.
Everyone has something going wrong, and then there's always like the one big thing that goes wrong, the thing that was not in anyone's plan. Like.
I don't understand what the difference is. I don't understand what you're even saying.
It's like a final bad thing that happens. Like.
Give me one concrete example of what that would be.
You get to the room where all the diamonds are, and you, there is another gang in there already stealing the diamonds.
Okay. I don't know how you could make that happen. I think that I'm fine with there always being something big going wrong, that if you don't plan around it, the GM gets you pretty good. But I think that the issues that happen, having them wait till the end for something big bad to happen is a bad way to play the game.
Well, it's the thing that has to catalyst their getaway and make their getaway more dramatic. Because they're going to solve the little problems along the way. They're going to solve the fact that
I don't think that you do. I think you're trying to, but if you walk into a bank and you roll and your lookout was bad and there's 3 cops in there, you either walk away, which is maybe they won't notice a guy with a gun trying to walk away, or you try to fight some cops and it's really bad from the beginning. I don't think that makes the getaway.
Okay, no.
Fair.
So
I'm saying you have to play through the thing with bad things.
Right. What I'm saying is that you play through that and maybe you solve that along the way. That's possible.
How do you solve killing 3 cops?
You kill them.
And they don't call for backup or anything like that?
Well, sure they do. But I'm saying, like, throughout the whole thing, like, let's say they get to the door where they originally had intended to lockpick this one thing and it has a different type of alarm system, and they have to try to figure out how they're going to do that. They're going to solve that problem along the way.
What does that make sense to what you were saying before? Because that's entirely different.
Right, they're going to solve that one along the way. And then at the end, there has to be something that makes the getaway more dramatic.
Why?
Because that's what makes it fun.
No, I think that's a really bad way to make a game of, okay, something random's going to happen to you at the end every time.
No, the GM's gonna decide how bad that thing is, but it's gonna be based off of all the bad stuff that happens.
No, what happens is you walked in and there was cops there, so by the time you're done stealing diamonds, there's cops outside, and the getaway driver, already leaves and goes somewhere else, and you have to escape through the sewers now. That's
a cumulative result of all the previous things going wrong.
but what you've exactly been saying is the last roll decides something bad to happen.
No, it's the cumulative result. And
I
then
understand.
that last roll
The
using
last roll
all of
doesn't
that
matter
stuff.
at that point, though. The first roll is what fucked everything up. You can't just bring in an element out of nowhere because of the last roll. You have to make it, you know, the cop showed up because...
It's not bringing in an element, it's a degree of success.
Why does it matter how good the person blew up the safe after they killed the cops? It doesn't.
Of course it does. They're the closest one to the loot.
No, I'm saying why does it matter to how the getaway works? You have to start from the beginning. That's the most important part of... Things don't go bad at the last second and then the cops are already there. It took 10 minutes for them to set up outside because of the first thing. I think having the last roll, yeah, it makes everything else harder, but I think you don't do it as a, like, concrete, like, oh, well, you rolled a 1 on the grabbing the diamond, now there's another gang in this room. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm just using that as an example.
I'm saying,
on the fly.
but using the final thing being the catalyst of something bad happening doesn't make any sense ever.
Well, it determines how well you actually pull out that last step, which is the final step before the getaway.
Which is fine, but it doesn't... That's the least important thing.
It determines all of your XP if we're using the loot as XP.
That's fine. It also is the least important thing for the story. Because it's the last thing to happen. That roll has the least impact because you have to have impacts coming from the beginning and making it more and more important. From, like, if someone trips an alarm at the beginning, it's a lot more impactful than someone tripping an alarm at the very end trying to run away. Having
okay, let's talk about mechanics.
No, because we're not done
Because
talking
I agree
about
with you.
Well, I'm saying. So,
I agree, though.
Okay, so let's continue talking about it. I'm still trying to make a point about stuff.
No, I agree with what you're saying.
Cool, so I want to finish my sentence,
Okay.
please. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So what we have to do is, instead of a cumulative, because I know that cumulative rolls is something you wanted to do, it doesn't make sense as a mechanic to have that as a mechanic if we have stats. Otherwise, it seems like it's just a single roll. I do think what you do is have each situation split apart as kind of a separate room, almost, or in the mind of, like, the GM. First part is entering the bank. You have to succeed on one, like, there's 3 things you have to do, basically. People don't know what those are. And the first one is notice there's a cop and wait for him to leave. Second one is to successfully tell everyone to get down, make sure they don't touch silent alarm. The third one is find the bank manager. If you succeed on those, the next roll, or the next room happens without any increased difficulty, basically. And you have to do it like that.
That's exactly what I was saying. When I was talking about the cumulative.
But that's not how you said it at all. You said the opposite, basically.
No, that's what I was saying. That's what I was meaning to say.
Yeah, I'm saying, but what you did was say the opposite, kind of, so that made it seem like that was not gonna happen, where you just roll and then you go through.
Well, that's not what I meant.
Okay, well,
Let's talk about mechanics.
were we not?
No, we're talking about, like, actual dice. What are we rolling?
What do you want? We have stats going up to 18. We have...
You want to use a 3d6?
I think it works for this.
Okay.
I mean, we could do a straight up D20 roll for every stat if we want.
No, let's see. We'll do 3d6 for the stats. How do your stats determine your skills?
I think so. If we have a 1, or sorry, we got 3 to 18. Should we have a... What if we say, if you have an 18 sign, you have a +3 to everything there.
Okay.
And then, what, 9 extra points to put into stuff? I think we should have more than +3. 18's wild, in my mind. You know, that's a 1 in...
Yeah.
That's a really hard thing to do.
What if it's divided by 2? And you have 9.
Well, yeah, you have 9 points. I think, though, just by having a 18 in hands, though, you should have a base level of being good at all this, you know?
Let's kind of reverse engineer. Let's start from what are you going to roll when I am going to determine how well my disguise is. I'm walking in, I'm talking to the bank manager, I'm disguised as Richie McGee.
Yeah, the Texas oil man.
Yeah. And I need to roll my disguise to determine. I don't think that the GM should ever have to roll everything. I think that it should all be based on a difficulty.
Yeah.
We don't need to worry about stats for any of that.
Yeah.
And I think that there should be a certain threshold for what is a success, and I think that there should also be degrees of success.
Okay. I think we might as well keep everything to D6s.
I think that just makes things easier. Everyone already has D6s.
And in my mind, I'm saying 2D6 roll.
Okay.
So
you roll. I roll my disguise. I roll 2d6 plus
whatever
my bonus is.
So disguise. I have a 5 in disguise.
Okay.
I roll. I got 7. That plus 5 is 12.
Yeah.
And then a 12 is a success.
100%. What's the highest thing you could get? Let's start there, and we'll make that an immaculate success.
Well, depends. With bonuses or without bonuses.
Well, without bonuses, it's just 12.
Yeah, that's a success. Anyone who rolls a 12.
What about an 18? What if the max you can have in a skill is 6?
That seems a little low to me. Because I want there to be I want people to have a bonus to stuff if their stats are good enough. And I want there to be a negative. If you have a 3 in body, and you're trying to be the muscle guy, I think you should have -2.
Yeah.
Or maybe -3.
But
Here, I'm gonna go to.
why do you think 6 is too low
What do you mean 6 is too low?
as a maximum bonus? That makes the maximum you can ever get on a roll 18.
I'm saying if you have a 3. Alright, let's go ahead. You have an 18 in body. So for hands, I get 9 points. If I have a +3 to all of them because I had an 18, I have the ability to be perfect at safe cracking, perfect at pickpocketing, and perfect at signing. I have +6 to all of those. +3.
If
I'd
how
rather.
many skill points do I have to spend?
So that's with 9 skill points, and you get a +3 to everything for being it.
I don't think you should have a +3 for having an 18.
What's she at?
I think the fact that you have an 18 already affects your amount for your. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
So, well, I'm just saying is we make 20 immaculate success so that they can't be perfect in multiple things, but they are still extremely good.
Okay, so here is the problem that you're running into. You're double bonusing and double punishing if you have a high stat in something, because you're getting a bonus for having an 18, and you're getting bonus with how many skill points you can use. Same thing with a 3.
So
hold on, let me finish. With a 3, I'm getting punished for having a 3. So I'm getting minuses on a whole stat block, and I have fewer stats I can use in that. We could fix that easily by making the amount of skills that you can have, and you can just put them into things. Where it would make more sense if we had a skill pool in general, and then certain things are more expensive for you.
I think that's more complicated and doesn't make the game better. I don't think someone who has bad brain stats should be able to put all their points into hacking.
Okay.
Because it doesn't make any sense. This guy who is a huge weakling, no body training at all, has all his stats in muscle for some reason. I would say I don't see the reason not to be punished for having bad body.
Okay, so let's go back to your original idea. So I have an 18 in hands.
Okay.
I have a +3 just across the board to everything for hands. And then I have 9 points to spend.
Yes.
What's the maximum amount of points I can put in for each skill.
Say I want to be a safecracker, I could pump that up to 12. I never fail a safecracker.
Okay. So,
That's my thing.
and then I
I'm a
have
safecracker.
only +3 for pickpocket, silent, or flex.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't see why not. Like, I'm the explosive guy. All the points in there. I blow shit up, man.
How many bonus points do I get at a 17?
8. Wait, are you saying for +2, I guess?
16?
Probably +2. 15 would probably also be +2. 14, 13, 12, and +1. Zeros. I mean, let's see. 3 to 6, 6 to 9. Oh, I did that.
Yep.
7 to 10. 11 to 14. 14 to 17. And then 18. So this is plus
You
3.
did 14 double.
Plus 2.
You did
Damn
doubles
it.
at 14.
I'll go back to 0 minus 1. So it'd just be minus 1 for that. But 11 to 14, 15, 16, 17. You do it like that.
So 3, 4, 5, 6 is a -1. I think it should be 4, 5, 6 is a -1. 3 is a -2.
Okay. I mean, it's gonna be pretty hard to get that.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm gonna erase it all anyway, because it looks like a mess now.
Okay, so what if it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can't do math or anything. 12, 13, 14, 7. Shit. I can't. I want to figure it out. So 18 you get a better bonus, and 3 you get a worse negative. You know?
So-
I think that makes sense.
Here's the way to do that. We have 18 here,
Uh-huh.
and we have 3 here. Between those, it's 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We have 14 numbers. 14 can be divided.
By 2. Or sorry, by 7.
Yeah, by 7.
And that's
So it doesn't work well, but I guess if we do 3, 4, and 17, 18. Now there's 12 between it, and we can divide it by 4 or 3.
okay, that's fine. I think 17 is a pretty good enough bonus anyway.
Yeah.
That's only 1 less 6.
Yeah. So should there be 4 spaces between them, or 5?
4. Make it the smallest possible.
Alright, so 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. If I had not done this backwards, it would have been 10 times easier.
Yeah, I don't know why you just kind of get
8,
backwards.
2, 5, minus 1, plus 0, plus 1. Well, actually, so this would be plus 2, plus 1, plus 0, and then 3 or 4 is minus 1. So it's makes everyone a little bit better, but I think that's fine. 9 to 12 is, yeah, because that's like an average for me, and I think the average person can lie. You know, straight 0. Average person can notice stuff a little. I think it's fine. We can change it up if we need to later.
Yeah, I don't think 5 through 8 should be at 0.
You think that should be a negative?
Yeah, because that's below average. 9 through 12 is average, right?
Well,
No.
If we
Yeah, 9
calculate.
through 12 is average.
Let's see, according to any die, what do we? So 1.75% of people are going to be in the 17-18.
Okay.
What's the next step? 13, 16. That's gonna be so like 3. Say it's 13, 16. Yeah. 10, 15, 22% of people say are in the 13, 16. 12 to 9 is the next one. Yeah, 12 to 9. That's gonna be almost 50% of people. And then 22% of people will be in the next step down. So yeah. You're gonna be slightly below average at 5 to 8, but you're gonna be like with 22% of the population. Yeah. And you again, we're double negativing them because when you have 5 through 8, you're only getting 2 to 4 skill points.
Yeah.
For that area, so I think it works fine. Because I have a 5 in body, which is a +0. I can, if I put all my points into muscle, I have a 2 in muscle.
And that's it.
And that's it. That's
Okay.
That's pretty big.
Okay, I think that's fine. I think that's fair. Alright. Okay, so we're rolling 2d6 for each stat, and then you're adding what you have.
Yeah.
You get a point system, which is based on dividing by 2 your roll.
Mm-hmm.
Are you rounding up or down?
I think down. That way 18 is better than 17.
So you're rounding down. Now let's figure out what constitutes a success.
Yeah.
So if we take the average, are we going to consider average roll a success?
I'm gonna do it the 2d6, calculate it real quick. Even though I know what 2d6 is. So a 7, I think, is a failure.
I think it's definitely a failure. What I'm thinking here is the average roll for 2d6 is going to be 6, right?
7.
Sorry, 7. I think a 7, just on its own, if you roll a 7, that's a failure. But if you have a positive bonus, that's a success.
Yeah.
So I think 7 is the cutoff for failure.
So yeah, so 7 minus always a failure.
Yeah.
Alright, so 8 to what? 11 is a mixed success, maybe?
Yeah.
Mixed success.
12.
12 to 15.
15.
Is
A success.
yeah.
And then 16 up is a great success. 16 through 19.
16 through 19, great success.
And a 20, which is impossible, right?
12 plus. No, I mean, you could get a 20 if you have.
If I roll double 6s.
Well, I'm saying, I'm a safe cracker. My hands, I got 18, so plus 3 to everything. I put my 9 points there, so I have 12. I rolled 12, I can get up to 24. That's the best possible thing you can ever get is 24. So I think 20 plus, which is very hard.
Yeah.
That's rolling above average on something you put in every single point section.
Okay, yeah. So 20 plus is... I think 20 plus gives you a bonus in the next room.
Yeah.
Instead of making something harder.
I'm gonna call it just mastery or something like that. Like
you make it easier for the next person to accomplish their job.
Yeah.
You don't just not make it harder, you make it easier for them.
Yeah. And I think we can easily have something like if the lines are going off, you're trying to hide, you're rolling 3d6 and taking the lower 2. No?
Oh, like a kind of a disadvantage?
Yeah, so I rolled a 6, 4, 2. Instead of the 10 I could have had, I have a 6. But I am good at disguising, so I'm going to plus 3 there, and I have a mixed success for that. Stuff like that. We can kind of decide, but definitely failures. We can add things.
Yeah, okay, so a 7 is a failure. And something's a mixed success. I think mixed successes, you get the thing that you wanted done, but it still makes it harder for the next person in the room. if it's 7 or lower, not only did you not accomplish what you wanted, it also makes things harder. And I think if you roll like the lowest you can possibly roll, like a 0 through 4, I think it would be. I think that like
Yeah, I mean you could roll a 1 technically if you have a -1 to something, and then roll snake eyes.
yeah.
But I think failures are just failures. Will be like an interesting way. If you fail an explosive thing, you could hurt someone.
What if we take a little thing off of the Fear Light Games playbook here, where the GM they have a list of things that can happen.
Yep.
Like if you get like one of those horrible failures,
Yes.
you check off a thing on your list, just like we did with what game was that? What game do we do that?
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. You haven't described what mechanic you're
You
talking
check
about.
off a thing. Oh, it was for badge buddies. Remember, like at this many.
I need to know what mechanic you're talking about.
I'm trying to think of what we called it. It's been a couple weeks.
We'll describe the mechanic.
You check off a thing, and then that evokes some kind of mechanical or story thing.
Oh, the red
problem.
tape thing.
Yes, the red tape.
Okay,
It's like
yeah.
red tape.
Yeah, it's
If you get a horrible failure, there's more red tape.
more alarms.
Yeah.
You
Like someone set off a silent alarm.
yeah, you're trying to muscle everyone to the ground.
Mhm.
I think muscle can be used as an intimidation too.
Yeah.
And you roll fucking a 1, the alarm just starts going off.
Yeah.
Well, fuck that up.
Or a hostage runs out.
Yeah.
Something happens. And it could be secret. It could be kept secret from the players too. Like that could be one of the things. Like, oh, the first thing that happens when you get a horrible failure is that a rival gang is starting to cut their way into the vault from a different entrance, or something like that.
I think like if your planning goes bad, say, because I think you have someone. You start by having someone roll a plan. Oh, that's a good way to do it. Person who brings them together, and it's random, has to roll a plan roll. And they get only so much of the blueprints based on the plan roll.
Yeah.
And then that's when they start.
I like that. And that could be used, I think, like, blueprints is not actual physical blueprints, necessarily. I think that can be a meta thing. Like, that could be a question you can ask, like, cool questions you can ask, or it takes away an obstacle or something.
I think knowing about obstacles can kind of take away, but I'm saying, like, you roll really low, you're breaking into an old man's house to steal the gold in his safe. Like,
Yeah.
It's an early one. If you roll on the plans, you don't know if they have a private security like
They have
team
dogs.
outside,
Yeah.
or they have dogs or something. If you roll high, you go, they have dogs. I'm like, I'll bring a steak, easy. And you're like, yeah, true, easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the GM can have a list of things.
Yeah.
And I think I like what you had said earlier, that like in each room there are like maybe 2 or 3 obstacles in each room,
Yeah.
or in each stage of the plan, and the GM should plan that kind of ahead of time. I don't know how that's going to work for ahead of time, because a lot of it seems like improv, but that's
I
kind
mean,
of the GM. The GM's like position is to create obstacles.
But
for
I
them.
think it depends on how good their plan is. If you're breaking into this old man's house and you give the layout, it's blah blah blah. It's the Venice scene from did you see that Italian Job?
No.
Okay. So they steal a safe from an old house at one point, and they know exactly where the safe is.
Mhm.
And with their plan, what they do is they drive under the house into their boat garage.
Uh-huh.
They have a square where they like put up explosives directly below the safe. One person sneaks in and puts up explosives below that safe, and then they both blow them up at the same time, and the safe drops straight down, and then the boat leaves. And then the police chase the boat, and they end up getting away. But the whole plan was they're underwater, cracking the safe, and scooping it. The getaway driver was just to distract them, so they get away. If you have a plan that's like real good, they're like, okay, we have cops waiting outside. The guy starts driving away real fast. Even you could say, getaway driver just fucking blows by him, going 90 on a residential street, like fires a gun there.
Yeah.
They could chase him down, and then you don't have to deal with that. That guy's still gonna have to deal with his shit, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Okay.
if the plan's good enough, they'd be like, yeah, there was a lot of obstacles here, but you guys were smart, so.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So I think that we should like quantify how many obstacles there should be.
Mhm.
Um.
I think maybe like you add obstacle on for each failed obstacle adds another
Obstacle
hitch,
somewhere.
yeah, later
Yeah.
on, so that when you get the safe open, if there's 5 more obstacles, you don't have as much time to just throw shit into a bag and run. Like that. I think that's a big part. Is like, you know, hey, cops just pulled up. We have to go now.
Yeah.
What if we make it so the gun rules are basically like you have luck instead of health, and you use guns to. What if we're not trained with guns? Is what I'm saying. Is if cops show up and start shooting, they are better at it and they will kill you.
Yeah.
But if you have to like get surprise on it.
Yeah. And I think I don't think that like a normal failure should add a hitch. I think that is a punishment in itself because you don't do what you wanted to and you would make it harder for the next person. I think though those really bad failures,
Well, here's the
that
thing.
adds something.
A mixed success probably will be fine, I think. But if you're supposed to take down the alarm system and you fail, your failure is they fucking opened the door when they were supposed to, and the alarm goes off, and you go, God damn it, McNulty, you fucking piece of shit, you didn't put off the alarm, you said you didn't.
Yeah.
It's like that. And I think that, like, we'll just have, there's a ton of rooms with, like, fucking, yeah, there's a security box, right? You know, you can cut the power. I think in this world, we kind of assume, like, how are you going to take that alarm system? Like, well, I'll cut the power. It works like that. You know, there's not always a backup generator.
Yeah.
Unless your planning sucked real bad and you're supposed to know there's a backup generator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff like that.
I still think though that like you roll snake eyes and you have a -1.
I think if you roll snake eyes, you fuck up no matter what.
Oh, of course you fuck up no matter what. But I also think that there should be some kind of like the red tape.
Yeah, like, oh, okay.
Like it's adding an extra hitch.
I think, yeah.
Like I get a hard move to use the Powered by the Apocalypse thing. I get a hard move to use against you later.
Yeah, I like that. I think, too, in my mind, how I think about health in, say, Dungeons & Dragons. I have 50 health. When I am taking damage, I'm not imagining, I take 10 damage, I got stabbed, you know? Like, at the time, it's, in my mind, once I get to 25, I take an actual wound. Until then, it was kind of wearing down my defenses, me trying to stay away, blah, blah, blah. I take the first big edge with it. When I hit 0 is when I take another hit that puts me out. It's not,
Yeah.
in my mind, it's not a video game where you're just fucking taking fireball after fireball fine. It's like, you're kind of getting touched, but not that bad. That's why when you rest up, you can heal. It's not you healing up like a fucking gash in your stomach. It's you bringing, like, kind of centering yourself. And in that way, I always think of HP more as kind of, for some people, it's luck. For some, it's like being able to kind of be in the right place, right time. That's why more experience gets you better at fighting. And that's why I think luck should be kind of the health thing is you run out of enough luck, you might get killed, you might just get captured.
Yeah.
Something like that. So I think that's how we should deal with health.
I agree. Also, mixed successes. I want to come back to this.
Mhm.
I think it would be cool if you can decide in the moment, you get a mixed success on something, the GM can say, well, you can either succeed on what you're doing, but it's still going to be harder for the next person, or you can succeed, or you can fail at what you're doing and it doesn't affect the other person. You get to decide.
I like that. Yeah, you gotta fuck over
Yeah,
other
it
people.
like it either makes it harder for you or it makes it harder for them. You get to decide.
Yeah. And then like when the safecracker has like fucking someone trying to bust out the door, the alarm's going off and the sprinklers are going off, and they fuck up because you guys all messed stuff up earlier.
Uh-huh.
And then everyone's like, well, like why do you not able to open the safe, they'll get a shit on the last guy.
What if you get one of those really good successes? You can be available to help out someone else in another room. Like, you accomplish all your tasks fast.
Oh, yeah.
So well that you're available to kind of step in when someone else fails.
Yeah, I like the idea of, like, you then step out and, like, the person way in.
Like, you're the George Clooney in the situation.
Yeah, and then, like, ooh, yeah, you have like, the master successes, everything's gone to shit, but, like, Mike, the guy doing the alarms, didn't do anything, and you hear out the window him, like, beeping his truck, and he has, like, a fucking dumpster of boxes, and you all jump in it and can get away, because like, well, I saw something going wrong, so I started doing something.
Yeah.
I like that. That works well.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's mastery, blah, 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 blah. We can do some stat stuff. Should we work on name next?
Yeah.
Because I think most of what we're going to do is write it up in a pretty simple way.
Yeah.
I think this game's...
I think we have it designed fairly well. I think that... we need some more guidance from the GM, and maybe, since we have time, we can even design a first heist, like an initial heist.
Yeah. Well, I think without having how the mechanics work, that's going to be extremely hard.
I think we don't we have how the mechanics work, pretty much?
We don't have it written down or anything.
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
think that's the thing to worry about right now. If anything, I'd want to worry about setting up, like, how skills work, saying what they're for.
Okay, before we do that, there's one thing that I want to make sure that we are solving, or we can say that it doesn't matter. The way it's set up is that everyone kind of has their own role, and you are working kind of on your own in your own scene.
Yeah.
How are we going to make sure that that's not boring for people who are watching?
I think we can do that two-way. Once someone, I think maybe you go thing to thing and have the people there. I don't necessarily think everyone's in a separate room all the time, but if you have to keep hostages, someone has to stay there. And then you guys walk right by. I think it all kind of happens at once. You go get set up, basically. Someone then is going to take down the alarm system. They get ready. Then someone's going to crawl through the vents. And then someone's going to crack the safe. So that's happening.
So we just do that in the round?
Well, I think everyone... Then you go, okay, check to see if the hostages work out fine. Someone hit the silent alarm. The guy going to do the alarm thing cuts the alarm. Doesn't know if it got out or not because he cut the alarm well. And then the guy sneaking through. I think we kind of do it all at once. Everyone gets into place basically. And then if you're robbing a house, everyone can be together, I think.
Yeah, that's true. But then how do we do the thing where, like, if I fail, it makes it harder for the next person?
GM picks something to do. But that's not...
Okay.
I think that's too hard. That's kind of just...
What mechanic we're using to make it harder? Is it just by adding an obstacle, or is it also making the difficulty harder? You get a -1, you get a -2.
I think it depends on the situation. Tripping an alarm can make actually, like, safe cracking harder because there's a distraction, and I think we can do disadvantage die by making roll an extra die.
Yeah.
Or it's just a straight other obstacle.
Okay, we can make like a moves list for DMs. Like this is what you can do when your players fail.
Yeah. So I think.
Okay, I think disadvantage can be one. I think adding an obstacle can be one. I think. Yeah.
So I think we should I think there's a GM page, character pages, and then one page of explaining how things go down. Is the plan, the phases.
Yeah. And then I think if we have time, after writing all this down, I think we should make a heist.
Yeah, like the bank.
Yeah. Straight up, like, This is what it looked like. Here are the obstacles in each place.
They can decide.
This is what you learned when you rolled your first plan.
They can decide to go through it anyway. If they're good at planning, they realize they can sneak in through the roof without tripping any alarms. Yeah. Um, yeah. If they choose to go after hours, it's gonna be way easier. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I think like your planning skill, it can reveal obstacles, and it could also reveal
Good.
maybe the planning. Like you get to choose. Do you want to reveal an obstacle, or do you want to reveal something that will help you?
Yeah. You can learn something that you're gonna have to get through, or learn something that will help you get through. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, it's like.
Because you might learn that you can get in through the roof without tripping an alarm.
Yeah.
But you might not learn that, like, there's always a security guard on the roof or something like that.
Yeah. I think there's good ways to do it too, where it's like, if you could get kind of screwed over too. Be like, yeah, I want to learn that obstacle. I go, well, yeah, there's alarm on all the doors. And you're like, I'm like, yeah, I assume that sucks. Like, I didn't need to know that. But also, like, I think if you plan badly, that's when you're going through the front door and holding everyone, like, telling everyone to get on the ground. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's not a good plan, necessarily. But if you fuck up at night, there's no hostages there to keep the cops away, kind of. I like the idea of having, like, running away to do it another day is definitely a feasible option.
We're doing exploding dice still? You roll a 6, you explode it?
I don't think so. I don't think it works for this.
No, I don't think it does either. Now, here's the thing, and we're not going to redo it for this, but as I was sitting here and thinking, this game would work so well with the Fear Light system, because it uses D6, you have, like, pools for different things, it doesn't use stats, but it would be different things with skills. And then you have, those little dice, the icon dice, which affect how you explode things.
Yeah.
And then the way that initiative works there is let's say I go first, I nominate the next person to go, but if it gets back to the GM without the GM going kind of in between, they essentially get 2 plays in a row because they get to nominate themselves to go next for the next initiative round.
Yeah.
Something like that might work if, like, when it's the GM's turn, quote unquote, they initiate some of those obstacles.
Yeah, I actually like that. What if you make the plan beforehand? You're planning on doing stuff, and then once you're in there, it's just improvisation. I don't think we make people stick to their roles necessarily. I did like that idea from the I think that's how we planned the first thing. But you guys go in. All right, John, get safe cracking. You still initiate the guy who's supposed to do the plan, so he kind of has to safe crack, but you can also be like, all right, I go crack safe, and I pull out my stick of dynamite and stuff it in the corner, light it, and walk away.
Yeah.
Like, just because you're told to safe crack doesn't mean you have to crack the safe and explode.
I agree. No, I think you have to do your role in the plan. Otherwise, I think things get harder for you. But you don't have to do it the way that they intended you to do it.
I think you nominate. Yeah, you definitely nominate. I like that. We can use the nomination of the next person.
Then do you think, like, when it's the GM's turn, the GM should initiate an obstacle?
Yeah, the GM uses some kind of alarm or something based on how they roll.
Like the dog comes downstairs.
Yeah, well, I think if
the old man wakes up.
They come in and they go, I feed the dog sleeping pills and we completely stealthy. We unlock the door after cutting the alarm. All's on one turn. GM can be like, keep going. Like, nothing bad happened. I think you could technically, using really good rolls, get away with it. I think GM's like, all right, guy starts. You see someone with a flashlight, because someone rolled well on a nose check. You hit that guy who noticed, hits someone who points, and they get to the corner with their Garrett, and he walks around and he chokes him. Like, you could technically do a full stealth mission. I think you do really well.
I like that.
You could.
What happens if you fail? You fail one of your rolls.
Things start getting more and more exciting. I think that maybe a timer comes on, basically, where once the full cop force is there, if you don't like, once the first police officer like van starts pulling up, if you're not already running, like you will probably die in a blaze of fire. Like that's
Yeah, that could be like the red tape counter.
yeah, like if you know the cops are called, maybe it's like you got like 3 rounds before they're gonna get there. So on the 3rd round, you have to be hightailing it to your getaway car. And if they pull up next to your getaway car, you have to start going another way, that type of thing.
Yeah.
But basically, there'll be more and more difficulty once the cops are there.
Yeah.
Um,
So you like the nomination thing?
yes, I think that works really well for this.
And then when it gets what if it's like this? As you're going, you go in your rounds and you nominate until everyone gets a chance to go. The GM's keeping note of all the failures. When it gets back to the top of the order, that's when the GM shows the results of that, or do the negatives happen as they go?
Say that again.
So there are 2 options. You go in your whole initiative order, and there are, like, let's say there are 2 failures.
No, there's no initiative order.
I know, but like as in nominations.
Okay.
There are 2 failures within that whole round. Should the GM resolve those failures as they come up, or should the GM resolve them after that round?
Their choice. If they trip the alarm, the GM could say alarm goes off. Or it's a silent alarm, and then at the end of the round, a security guard comes through the door with a gun.
Yeah.
It's his choice of how he wants to, whether it makes sense.
Okay, cool.
They will know though they failed right. Something fucking bad's gonna happen. Because the guy goes, I think I might have tripped the alarm. Like, how do you know? The wire's touched. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like it's one of those things.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
All right. Let's come up with a quick name. I think this is gonna be actually pretty easy to write up.
Yeah.
Especially with the initial
I
part
think
thing.
we kind of like plan all of our mechanics, which we don't actually always
Yeah.
do.
We normally miss stuff.
Yeah.
With the order too is
Yeah.
everyone has to go for the next round, making it so like the person who's bad at shit has to do stuff. Which
Yeah.
works.
Does everyone have to do a roll in every turn, or can they say I wait?
If I think it's that you're in a room where you have to do the alarm and then someone else is setting up explosives. If you guys aren't really in, I think you can just stand there and kind of wait. And
Okay, how about you?
passively
You have
notice.
you have a couple options, I think. You can wait, you can be silent, or you can try to notice.
Yeah. Because I think if you have 5 guys working on one thing, you can't actually help someone save crack, but you can be really ready for someone to like come into the door.
What if there's some kind of not punishment necessarily, but some kind of negative if you choose not to do anything?
Nerves.
Oh.
I think you spend too long. Yeah. So for every point nerves you get, you start by rolling 2d. I got an 8, nothing happened. I get a point nerves. I have to roll 3, and you have to count the ones. 6, 6, 4. But I have 2 points in nerves because I haven't been doing anything. Rolling more, I got 1, 1, still fine, and then I'm up to 5. Because I have 3 points in nerves, so I have to add another die. So I'm not doing anything. I still rolled fine somehow. But eventually, I rolled 2 1s. I can fuck something up basically. Someone's not doing something for long enough, they can start fucking something that like say something like, "Yo man, can you hurry up?" Like blah blah. Like you start freaking out.
Yeah,
And
I like that because that encourages people to actually do things instead of just let other people take charge.
yeah, because if you're bad at
Because
everything,
that's not fun for just someone to say like, "Nope, I'm gonna wait for this expert safecracker to do their thing.
Yeah.
They can never fail." That's not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just because, and I don't think if you're trying to notice something and you're in an empty room, just sitting there, you start taking nerves. Like you're gonna start freaking out.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah. Because that's tropey for heist.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm freaking out, man.
let's get the fuck out of here,
I
man.
thought I heard a police bomb. I like that. So let's come up with names.
Damn it! They just named something.
What are you looking for?
They named something Call of Duty Operation Grand Heist, but I was just doing Operation Heist. Seeing HEIST with periods in between it. Heist.
What does that even stand for?
It just says heist, but it doesn't stand for anything, which I like. Heist a smash and grab RPG. A crew of heisters, huh?
Okay, here. Hold on. HEIST, right? Ready?
Yep.
Hands. H. Eyes. E. Intellect. S's are strong. And T is for. I don't know. No, I like that. I don't want to make it an acronym.
Yeah, there's some stuff named that though.
So heists, mission possible. Okay, so
Yeah, let's go to heist
the
tropes.
bank job, inside man. Oh, job is a common
Yeah.
word. What if we call it one more job? One last job.
Oh, one last job. Yeah, that's. Should we have it planned out as you're doing one last job, and this is the big one, and if you can get enough money, you're done? So we can make it like a real one-shot thing?
Yeah.
Because we don't have any way to level it.
No, the only way you level is because you know how good people are. But I guess we could use the money. Damn it. Collaborative storytelling game. One last job.
Yeah.
Take on the role of watch and pass their best crew. Take on one last job.
Steal this idea from one last job for your next RPG. That's interesting. I want more heist stuff. Heist tropes. Heist of the caper. Give me some film tropes. Bank shot. Italian. Perfect score. Fast and the Furious. Hell yeah. Literature. Can't have a good name.
Okay, here are some synonyms for heist. Break-in, caper, hold-up, larceny, theft, crime, pilferage, rip-off, stick-up, sting. Breaking and entering, 5% discount. Owl job. What the hell is that? Filching. Purloin. Pinch.
What if we name it the B team or the C team?
Why?
From the A team?
The A-team, they don't do heists. Okay, they
You've
do heists.
never seen the show.
They do. I saw one episode, excuse me.
Do you know what every single episode is? A different heist. Every single episode of that show ever made was a heist.
I watched one episode of it.
Yeah, and it was a heist.
No, it was about soda.
Were they stealing it?
And then there were two women driving a truck.
For a heist.
Possibly.
There's no woman in the A team anyway. So.
They weren't the normal. They weren't the members. They were like the NPCs.
I don't know what that like, time I made this shit up.
I'm not making it up. Well,
Don't look it up. I don't care about that.
I'm listening.
Yeah, what do you think about the name? The question I
I
asked.
like B team. It was called Trouble Brewing is the episode. It was about soda.
B team. Is there anything else?
B team's already taken.
No, that's fine. That would work. I don't know if it makes.
I don't know, because they're good guys. We're not good guys in this.
You could be.
B team's good.
What are Fast and Furious' heist movies? Italian Job, Ocean's 11, Mission Impossible. Baller, what should I call it? You guys are so late, Baller. Baller. How should we do something? I don't know. List of heist movies. Italian Job, Bank Job. I feel like Italian Job would work well. Fast 5, Tower Heist, Ocean's 13, Heist. Ocean's 12,
Job.
Armored, Heat, Reservoir Dogs, Rafifi, The Score, The Thomas Crown Affair. Ooh, The Usual Suspects. Heist words. What about Now Here's the Plan?
I like that. That's good.
There's a few things called. Yep, looks like we're fine.
Yeah, let's call it Here's the Plan.
I think it's now
Now here's the plan.
Now here's the plan. Ooh.
That's good. Mulder, just calm down.
Yeah, but we're almost done. I think we'll write it up. And maybe make a first thing for people to do. Otherwise, I'll make 2 things to roll on to make the. Maybe I could do rollable, like a table for the GM of possible heists, locations, and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. And obstacles.
Yeah. Like 36 obstacles, 12 locations.
Yeah.
I think that'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Oh, we have time. We only did 2.5 hours.
I mean, I'll use the bathroom if you want to start writing stuff up for this.
You want to do that on the stream?
Well, I have nothing else to do. We only have write up.
Okay.
I think we're good. We can end it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did it pretty quick.
I think so. I think that we did a good job. We have now. Here's the plan. Now here's the plan. I am going to write up rules.
I'm gonna make dinner before the Bruins game, and then I'll write up.
And I'm gonna take this boy on a WALK.
Yeah, get the.
I'm gonna try to get the burr out, but I'm probably gonna have to cut it out of this burr.
I think we should shave him.
He needs a haircut.
He's too furry.
He needs just I'm not gonna shave him. He doesn't need to be shaved.
It's hot out, and Balder wants to
We
be
don't
shaved.
have a razor that will shave him.
I'll shave him. Shave the dog,
Oh.
RPG.
Shave the dog sounds like a euphemism for something.
Yeah, for shaving this dog.
I really think it's kind of bothering me, and I kind of want to like take a look at this game again, and then talk to Bryce about how to make it Fear Like Games style.
The one we're making right now?
Yeah,
We can do that for when we push it out as a big boy one.
yeah. Plus we have to talk to him soon anyway.
About what?
Peace.
What?
Get her cats.
Oh, well, yeah, you said August, so 2 months. Over 2 months.
Yeah.
So I think.
Yeah.
And we'll still talk to him. Yeah. I'm gonna end it. I think we're good.
All right.
Anything else?
Follow us on Twitter. Follow
Yeah.
me at Joska.
Yeah.
Follow him at Cake Crusade. Find our games at Drive Through RPG. They're selling like hotcakes. Get them before supplies run out.
They're all absolutely free. So selling. It's a weird word, but yeah.
Yep, get them before we run out of them.
Yep. There's only 10,000.
No, there's only 10 more.
10,000.
Use our special code drivethroughrpg.com to get our games for free.
Yep. All right. See ya.
Bye.